Hello everyone, and welcome back to another manga chapter review. I am the Rat, and this is The Rat's Nest. I'm joined as always by Trevor and Kyle. Say hi, Trevor and Kyle.
Hi.
Hello.
The JOJOLands chapter 5. This chapter
November
just
rain.
came out as of the time of recording.
This
chapter just came
not
out.
True.
This chapter has just come out 2 hours ago, as of the time of recording. Sorry to date the video, guys. Sorry to date.
I can't wait to give my initial first impressions.
Yeah, our first impressions of the chapter.
Like we haven't been sitting, and we haven't sat on this chapter for like 2-3 weeks. Yeah, like
almost
3
a
weeks.
month. Yeah, we definitely
Yeah,
have.
almost a month.
We definitely haven't done
have
that.
not done that. So, without further ado, let's just get right into
Yeah,
it,
let's
shall we?
steer it into it. I'll steer the ship in these JoJoLands for this one.
That's a bad joke.
Thank you. I try.
Anytime.
So, chapter starts up. We see Rohan subduing the others. Dragona, he's freaking out that the diamond slipped out of his hands. And then Rohan calls the police, tells them what's happening, and then he says, "Oh, they'll be here in about 10
I'm
minutes."
gonna cut in real quick, Kyle. I hate to do this, but we actually got a very, very important information on this on the second page, right? So Rohan says he's telling the police where to go, and he says it's the house on asterisk road, which means which means he lives on a swear word.
Dude,
I live on
No way.
the house on Asshole Road.
dude.
Exactly.
He
No,
lives
asshole is
on
7
damn
letters.
road.
Oh, sorry, that was 6. Wait, is that 6?
It's 6 letters. Yeah, it's 6.
6 asterisks. I live on Asshole Lane. Asshole
Dude,
Road.
I feel like Brandon and I are thinking of
I
the same
feel like
word.
we know the exact same. Yeah. That's crazy. That he lives on there. Anyways, Kyle, can you continue?
Yeah, and then he continues talking to police for a bit. He says 10 minutes, and he says, "Come over here. I'm going to capture you too." And so he starts approaching. Dragona grabs the diamond, starts to run, and then somehow it warps into like a coffee mug. Dragona's freaking out about it, doesn't know what to do. He says, "If I'm not mistaken, I believe this bundle of banknotes belongs to me." It would seem that he took it out of a drawer and shoved it in his pocket, no doubt about it. Dragona continues freaking out about the teleporting diamond, and then he says, "Seems odd for you to be the one asking the questions." Or, Rohan, sorry, you're the ones who came into my house uninvited. Come to my house, suck my dick, call me gay. You can't leave now, though. And then we see him go to restrain Dragona before it starts raining in the house. Yeah, that's the first, oh wow, that was pretty much like the first 10-11 pages. So anything like in particular that you guys wanted to like highlight or address on that? Because it just seems it's pretty like standard. For the most part, it's just standard like them talking for a bit, and he's like, "Okay, well, you've had too much fun, Dragona. I'm gonna restrain you guys now."
Yeah, just kind of seeing funny Rohan do funny Rohan things, as he do, right? Getting to see, I think, more of the diamond, just more of its antics. It's just kind of more of everything else. I don't know if there's anything that really stuck out to me.
Yeah, like it's just waiting till JoJo shows up, and by God, he does. It starts raining all over the place, and then
Dude, I think November Rain is a colony stand. I think all the rain is individual stands.
it's a
I think
colony.
it's a colony. It's a colony
So
stand.
true.
That would actually make sense because besides your basic type of stance, there's 3 types of stands. You've got colony stands, axe stands, and long range stands, and we've seen axe stands and colony stands for the main long range stands for the main protagonist, and we haven't seen a colony stand yet. So it very well could be a colony stand.
Those are the only 3 stand types. Star Platinum is my favorite long range stand. Starfinger.
No, I said besides basic. I said besides the basic stand type. Oh
For some
my
reason,
god.
anyone's gonna get loud. But anyway,
Trevor.
What?
It's a colony stand. All I'm saying
It is a
is,
colony
look,
stand, that's what I'm
okay.
saying.
Let's look
What
at
I
our main
just
characters
said.
here. Dragona, smooth operators, colony stand. JoJo, November Rain, colony stand. All the rain is
stand.
whatnot. With Paco, with the hustle,
Colony
it doesn't
stand.
seem to have a physical stand body. And so, therefore, it can't just be a singular stand. That means that his muscles are his stand, and he has multiple muscles, meaning he has multiple stands, just makes it a colony stand.
Mate Kudasai, there's
as
literally
we've
more than
seen
one.
with Usagi, he can make multiple Mate Kudasai, which means that multiple can exist at once, which means it's a colony stand. Every single protagonist
See,
here has a colony stand.
Yeah. See, it's just like you know how like part 8 was every stand was a long range stand. You know, part 9 every stand is going to be a colony stand, and just it's like part 7 every stand was an axe stand.
Even Josuke in part 8 had a colony stand. There was 2 of them there. Look, he had 2 stands before, then he just had soft and wet. He had a colony stand.
Anyway,
do we ever see soft and no, dude, we don't. Dude, we totally missed out on getting to see soft and wet use sheer heart attack. That would have been awesome.
That would have been broken.
That would have been broken.
Even just base soft and wet with that'd be stupid. Okay, Kyle, you can continue. We're too off track.
Yeah.
We're too off track.
So yeah, we see Rohan start breaking down some of like what Nova Rain can do. It's the rain that's his stand ability. He figures out it's like the guy near the pool. He's the one inside. He can make it rain. He goes through. He's like, oh, he can make it rain inside. He can choose a target area, make it rain inside. There are innate rules to the range a stand has. No, there's not. Where is he acting from? We see Rohan walk around a bit, and then he walks on like a carpet, and he falls through because parts of the floorboard broke. And then we see JoJo behind a pillar, and then he uses one of like the zip tie things to.
No, not parts of the floorboard. The concrete under.
Sorry.
It's
yeah,
concrete.
like literally the concrete breaks
Cement.
through.
The cement, that's concrete, baby.
Yeah, he
Exactly.
literally falls through a hole that was made like through the concrete of just how much it we'll soon figure out is the weight that it put on the concrete to break through. He falls through the little zip tie thing. He ties him around the pillar, and then he gets restrained by JoJo, and he shows up and goes, "Terribly sorry for all this." And that's so true, JoJo.
Yeah,
And
it's interesting. I didn't think Rohan would get defeated this fast.
I didn't either. When I
we'll
was
talk
reading
about
this,
it more at the end. Whenever this is like I think Rohan's out of the story. Like I think
Right
this is all we
now.
will see of Rohan.
I'm gonna say he comes back. What I
think
thought
so.
was, I sincerely thought that they were gonna be in his main. Like I thought this was gonna be like the fun of JOJOLands. Like this was gonna be
Like
the
first stand fight. I think it might be Kyle.
I mean, it is. But I'm more so in line with being like the first like enemy. I mean, Rohan. You guys know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I got you.
Like how what was the God, how could I forget his name? Ojiro. Yeah, how Ojiro's like he was like the first bad guy of part 8. Like I feel like we're getting to that point soon. Like this was just a fun introductory arc to where we got to see all the characters' abilities, but I feel like the first enemy, like minor antagonistic fight arc is coming up soon with the whole cat things. But anyway, so yeah, Rohan gets restrained. They're all celebrating that he restrained Rohan, and then I'm just reading to see. And then Jargona, he says, I have no idea why. I really have no idea what's up with it, but I couldn't steal the diamond no matter how hard I tried. So I'm just reading through more of the pages to see. Oh, yeah. Rohan tells them all, yeah, you guys are being followed.
Yeah, it's
And
the cat.
then... Oh, yeah. So JoJo gives him the phone, says, "Here, Rohan-sensei, your phone. Please call them. But this time, tell the police there was a mistake and that the patrol car doesn't need to come. Call them back, please." And he does the funny Daga Kotoaru, where he says, "I refuse." Yeah.
He did the first JoJo meme again.
And then Rohan makes a good point. He says, even if I retracted the report, the patrol cars still come to investigate. And he goes, "Hey, you don't got to worry about that. Sensei, back when I was keeping watch over by the pool, I saw some of your new sketches and that looked pretty cool. That was really awesome." And so he starts talking to a bit. He starts talking about how much he respects Rohan, like the approach or stance toward manga, which is just more Araki self-insert, like hyping himself up.
Me, whenever I'm writing a book, generic author insert. I can't call Rohan generic. I can't call him generic.
He's not generic.
Dang,
He's not
author
generic.
insert. Your writing is phenomenal, and I love it. Look at all these intricacies.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So then
It's sick.
basically, JoJo starts getting into like, well, I mean, you should call him anyway, because I have these things, like I have these lava rocks that I found, and he just starts he just smashes one of them, and Rohan gets really pissed, like, out of your mind, you asshole, what the fuck are you doing? And he says, all right, look, there's one left. I broke all the rest. There's one left. You just gotta call, and we won't break the rest.
This was one of my favorite moments in the chapter, because
JoJo just breaking the rocks.
Yeah, because I know that this is going to be one of the funniest moments to look back on, of like JoJo. Like how different would the story be if he had 2 of these things?
Yeah, or like
I feel like we're gonna look back on this and be like, it is insane that he destroyed one here.
Yeah, like just without even knowing what it was, and then they start to pack up and leave, and he says like, all right, I'm gonna take this rock with me. Just retract the report. Hang on.
It's an interesting little bit here.
They start to leave, and then we see Rohan say, wait, JoJo Star, I have something important to say. I have something important. I only want to tell you, I can't believe Kishiro Rohan, was bested by this bunch of no-good brats and even forced to make a deal with them. It's quite humiliating. But you, I find rather interesting. If you're going to take that, then responsibility comes with it. You are by no means to let go of that lava rock. There's only one. Make absolutely sure. If you handle that lava rock with care, you'll be able to become filthy rich. Such a mechanism will gradually become yours. A law of nature lies in that lava rock. Go ahead and want. Embrace ambition. Don't lose heart, climb higher. And then Jody's like, what's this rock? And Rohan says, I'm not going to tell you. You're the one that drew that card. I'm only leaving it in your care. I'm not giving it to you. That's what makes me think he's going to come back. He's like, it sounds like, all right, I'll temporarily leave it in your care.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is actually where we learn that Rohan has actually gone insane. Because he says there's only one lava rock left, despite the fact that he is on like one of 7 islands that are completely made of lava rock.
Yeah, there's just one island left, Trevor. Didn't you hear him?
No, there's one rock left. The rock he is claiming that the entirety of Hawaii is not lava rock.
Well, maybe it isn't in this
That's
universe.
a pretty bold
we don't know.
claim. That's a pretty
We
bold
know that
claim.
the last JoJo universe, right, the OG universe, is canonically in our universe, because there's Mickey. There's Mickey Mouse from Disney. That's how we know that it's canonically our universe. We know that this one isn't because it's not the old universe, and we know that it isn't because Rohan doesn't react to the name Joestar, which he very much would, ever since Jotaro punched him in the face, which totally happened in Part 4. I would know. I've seen it. And so we know that...
You have.
I think I have. And so we know that canonically this universe is not our own, so maybe this Hawaii isn't made out of lava rocks.
What else would it be
maybe it's made out of styrofoam.
You're trying to be out here and be like, oh yeah, Hawaii. That's my favorite. One of the 49 continental U.S. states.
It is a continental state.
No, it's not attached to the other 48. It's an island.
No, it is if you go deep under. If you drain the water.
They had to fly. They had
if you
to
drain
fly
the water.
to the other island.
Okay,
if you drain
anyway,
the water.
It's an island. It's a line of islands.
If
It's
you
the only
drain
way
the
to get
water,
islands
it's
is
connected.
volcanoes.
Back in here.
You drain the water, it's
No,
connected.
it can't be.
Fellas,
No, it's not. It's like
guys.
the Marianas Trench, but it goes all the way down to the core.
It's the Marinara Trench,
Guys.
idiot.
Shall we?
It's
shall
not.
we
It's
turn
not
to
even.
our,
It's not
James
even.
Cameron
Shut up,
told
Kyle.
me,
This
dude. I
doesn't
met
involve
him.
you. This doesn't
I
involve
met
you.
James Cameron and he told me.
Guys,
Yeah, what's going on?
I'm gonna continue reading now.
Yeah.
Okay.
You do that.
Anyway, so Rohan says we'll meet again. I'm sure of it. I'll make sure to rescind my report to the police. Be careful and take your plane home. Go, JoJo. And one last thing. This should go without saying, but do not speak a word about what you know about that lava rock to anyone. Understand? Just keep it to yourself. And you trust those comrades of yours. I wouldn't if I were in your place. Go. And then they leave. They talk about like their plan for leaving. And then Paco tells Dragona, I was able to carry this thing totally fine, man. That's $6 million bucks right there. And they start leaving, and then we see the cats. We see multiple cats on the roof, and they start chasing them through like the tree lines. And that is the end of the chapter. So yes, I went through that kind of quick, but we can go back and talk about a lot of the stuff. I like basically the soft confirmation of what Heavy Rain does. I like it as a stand ability where it's like it can
It's
make.
not called Heavy Rain. Oh my gosh.
God. I'm
Heavy
sorry.
Rain is part
it's
7.
late. November Rain. I'm sorry, I meant to say Heavy Rain. I just get it mixed up with November Rain. But anyway, yeah, I like learning about the abilities of November Rain, where it's a cool idea to just have like the rain droplets seep into stuff and then just increase the weight from there. I think it's gonna be a very fun power. Araki usually does very well with his main protagonist abilities. And
So remind me exactly how it's worded.
so here I can look back on it.
Because he rains on an object and he can increase the weight of it.
Okay, let me see what Rohan
What degree
says.
does that go to?
Because Rohan
Can
says
he
something-
increase it, say, infinitely?
So here,
No,
Rohan
he
says,
said the rain has lots of weight.
yeah, it
and
can be
so-
rain that has lots of weight. After it seeped into the carpet, you made it punch through the concrete floor underneath.
What I take that to mean is that the rain has extra force. So it falling on something, it essentially damaged the concrete so much that as soon as Rohan put his weight on it, the concrete crumbled.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, like after it seeped into so the rain, according to what Rohan says, seeped into the carpet. So the rain was in the carpet, and the concrete underneath just like couldn't barely support that weight. And then the moment Rohan stepped on it, like it just crumbled.
Okay.
And then about the
So do you think then that the
cacti-
rain is always heavy, or do you think that JoJo can turn it on and off?
I don't,
Well,
because
no,
we have to think about
he
the
has to be
cacti.
able to turn it on and off, because in the very first chapter, right, we see the rain target only the police officers. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't do any damage to any of the like materials or the car or stuff. I don't.
It's
I don't think.
selective. I think JoJo.
But
can
yeah,
make it
it's selective. So
It
he
also-
can at least toggle the weight, and I would assume that he can also make the weight like 50% or infinite.
So do you think with like the cacti, he put like the weight near the thorns, and like the thorns just kind of got launched out due to just like the force that got applied to them?
Maybe he rained sideways on it and it like pushed him out?
That would be okay. That would be cool. Imagine if you're fighting JoJo and like you just start seeing it raining like upward, like it's going from your feet up into the ceiling. That would be terrifying.
We haven't seen it be angular.
He could have put
Theoretically,
he
it could be.
he could have put the rain emitting from inside the cactus
Oh yeah,
and
and
shot
then he, like,
outwards.
what
Yeah,
if he like
could be.
drained it on top,
Depe-
made it extremely heavy, so it shot down and everything shot out? Like
I
as the rain
think
like
that
split
too.
the cactus.
Well,
to the
I mean,
center.
the cactus wasn't completely destroyed, and if it's like a bullet straight down, which is how we have seen it, then like I don't know how you would like knock a needle in such a way that it would shoot off, unless you were like pushing the needles out from the inside.
Well, I'd say
Yeah.
we'd have to see more instances of how November Rain works exactly, because we can only really
Yeah,
go off
yeah.
of what Rohan says right here, which like it's enough to kind of get a general idea of what it can do, but it's not a full picture. Like
Yeah, I want
we're in
JoJo to
the-
explain it.
we're in the early phases of soft. Well, to be fair, Soft and Wet just has so many abilities with his bubbles. At least if I remember, like early on, it was a lot of crazy stuff. Like this, I hope remains more consistent than it in the beginning.
Well, I mean, it is one ability.
Well, Soft and Wet was pretty consistent in the beginning. All it used was plunder.
Yeah.
It's later, whenever it started doing other things and it still had plunder, that it got very scary.
Yeah. So yeah, that's as far as we know what it can do with the rain. The rain can like seep into objects or just like hit with like a crushing force. So
I think it also works like almost, to say quote unquote supernaturally, but at least from what it looked like in the first chapter, like the guards were like flattened, and then like the next chapter they were fine.
yeah, I
So
think
like I think that it, I mean, not to say cartoon physics, right? Funny One Piece, but
Well,
like,
I mean,
we
if
saw
it
the
is-
steel
if it
balls
is
do that.
spin-based, if it is spin-based, right?
That's
Yeah, I mean,
true.
we've seen the
I
steel
do-
balls do
I
that.
genuinely,
That's what
I
I
do think
said,
it's spin based. I
Brandon.
genuinely think it's spin based.
from the beginning. Remember when I made the example comparison? Like whenever we recorded like chapter 1 like months ago, I said like whenever Gyro used it in Scary Monsters, like he flattened out his legs. Like this, I saw that being very similar, where it's like it's
Yeah.
weight, but
But then
like we've been saying,
another-
Act 4 spin stand, Go Beyond.
Go
Spin
Beyond.
stand.
Spin stand. November Rain.
It's gonna be a spin stand.
Spin stand.
Yeah. I mean, it being a spin stand was obvious.
It's interesting because I think we're already seeing some pretty clear indications of it being a spin stand, instead of waiting for like the last 5 chapters for it to be a spin stand.
Which I appreciate.
Yeah, it's like part 7.
So it'd be awesome if we got more of a
spin
delve
stand
into the spin.
I would like that because, okay, I'll say it. I think spin is such a great power system, and it's a shame that, like, other than the last bit, I mean, there's some stuff with like fortune and all that, like throughout part 8, but like, I mean, like directly spin, because we really didn't get a whole lot of direct spin stuff until like the very last portions of part 8, and even then, that was just, it felt like kind of a last minute inclusion. Like, I would like to see more of it now. Like, maybe these lava rocks have something to do with the spin. I don't, probably not, but like, I'm just spitballing here.
So what do you guys think of the lava rocks?
Before that, so what if the person that ends up betraying JoJo is the person who teaches him spin? You know, like, yeah, a character is introduced after this little escapade, right? Because in part 5 there was a group of, was it 5 or 6?
I think it was 6, and then Trish made
it was 6, yeah, but it was either way, it was more than 4. And so, like, adding a new character, and then that character ends up betraying.
He could commit to the Fugo plot line. That was the original plot line.
Yeah,
How Fugo was supposed to be a traitor.
He could do that.
And
I would like that,
sense, since part 9 is going to be the part 5 equivalent, kind of.
I can't wait till Rohan's like, no,
because JoJo's Giorno, right? I've seen some videos where people are like, I don't know if JoJo's Giorno. Like, obviously. Dio. He has Dio in his name. He's 15. He does drugs.
Can mean anything. Okay,
it's
but Brandon, Dio
JoJo.
can mean anything.
He's Giorno.
Dio can
oh
mean
my
anything,
God.
Brandon. Dio can mean anything.
You're right, he's Joe God, and he's Italian.
Did you guys like it in this chapter? Rohan said, no, how dare you break the lava rock, the one thing to let you go to heaven, because this is a part 6 comparison, not part 5, JoJo. How could JoJolene? How could you?
JoJolene, oh my gosh. Everyone knows Dragona is the Jolene equivalent in the SBR verse.
Really? Where's the string stand?
Where's the string stand? Smooth operators could make a string if you tied them up together.
The string stand is
guys, wait a minute.
Is often wet.
Stone Ocean, Smooth Operators, SO. I feel like we got a comparison going on here.
Well, yeah, but in the Japanese, it's stone free.
No, in the Japanese, it's Stone Ocean.
Golden
they named the park
Experience, Govember Irene. Guys, it's so clear.
No,
It's so true.
GER and give me a second.
Dude, so if in like 10 years, right, Araki finally finishes
Generous.
He's gotten through 3/4 of part 9, and we're at the final battle, right? And he's like, all right, I gotta finally push November Rain over the edge. I'm going to make it a Requiem stand. I'm gonna be so pissed.
I don't think Requiem's coming back.
I don't like the concept of Requiem stands.
I don't think we'll see them come back, and if we do, I'd be very interested to see how.
I don't mind dude. What if that's what the lava rock does?
Because the only stand quote unquote evolutions that
that's what I
we've seen
fear.
have been through the spin. So you have Act 4, right, gaining that through the spin, but then that's just an act stand in and of itself.
I mean, so
Act 1, Go
2,
Beyond. Go Beyond is just the
seen
ability, right?
Echoes is an evolution that doesn't occur, or through like a spin, like it's an evolution. Like,
well, I was talking in the SBR verse, Kyle. Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
if I was making a point,
SBR verse.
Yeah, I was saying.
So, the point I'm trying to make is like there are a bunch of different ways that JoJo could, most likely evolve his stand, and I don't think we have to worry about a Requiem arrow and it being like a November Rain Requiem. I don't think that'll be a problem.
Dude, I hope the main villain of this part is also a spin user. That'd be awesome.
I would like the main villain to be introduced a bit
just like
earlier
Valentine
this time around.
Yeah, he did do some
Valentine
spinning,
did
didn't he?
spin a lot. He spun a lot in the final fight.
He did, yeah.
Yeah. And then
The
is there anything?
final fight was with Theo.
In his final fight.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But like, dude, what if our enemy, the main villain, he's using some left side ataxia, to make a JoJo just not be able to do stuff, or maybe that's the person who betrays him, and he teaches his stand, and he's like a descendant of like a Peepo. I don't know. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of cool things that you could do. You know.
If only we got spin.
Another thing I'll bring up,
We're gonna
I
get
really
Colony
like.
Stand. Main
I
villain's
really
gonna have
like
Colony Stand.
the final interaction that Rohan and JoJo have in this chapter. I think it's an interesting dynamic where it's like they in a way like respect each other. I find that very very interesting thing.
Yeah, Rohan was a cool little character for what he was written. I will.
He's gonna come back, Brandon. He's gonna come back.
I don't think so. I really don't think. I think that
We'll
Rohan
meet
is
again.
serving
I'm sure of it.
kind of
I'm
a
loaning it to you.
Koichi-ish role as Koichi served in part 5.
He said, "I'm not giving it to you."
We'll probably
I'm not
see
giving it to
Rohan
you.
mentioned again. I don't think he's coming back.
I'm not giving it to you. Temporarily leaving it in your care.
I don't think we're seeing him again.
I'm only leaving it in your care. I'm not giving it to you. We'll meet again.
Well, yeah,
I'm
we're not gonna see Rohan Kashibe again, because we're gonna learn that it's actually Tsurugi.
Yeah, it's Tsurugi Higashikata.
I think we're gonna see Rohan again. I'm. If not, it might take a few years, but I feel like we're gonna see Rohan again.
Regardless, for his little part here, I thought he was pretty good. I'm
He
not
was.
gonna lie to you. I still wish that it was a Higashikata, like
I do too.
Joshu, Josuke. I still wish it was one of them.
Joshi would have
could
been
be.
really funny.
It could be, but I think that Rohan
I mean-
has been pretty good in his role.
Yeah.
Okay, looking at it,
Who knew
like,
that
out of
Araki knew how to
universe-
write Rohan well? Who knew?
Out of universe versus in universe. I think in universe it's a weird decision. Like out of universe, it's like that definitely stirred up a lot of like discussion.
Look, Kyle,
dude.
I'm a JoJolian fan, right? We're
Of course.
starving. Why couldn't he feed us? Why couldn't he feed us even a little bit?
I would have liked.
We
for them to
we
have
just
that
have
too.
Josuke in ASBR, and we're getting Joshu as our secondary character.
We certainly are. That's
We're not
gonna
eating.
happen.
We're not eating at all. We're broke. We're poor. We have
I
no.
mean, what? You
money.
want another
We're looking for
long-range
purpose.
automatic stand user added?
No, I just want to
cry
see.
about
I
it,
just
cry
want to
about
see
it.
JoJolian be recognized as good, because it is.
It's okay. Whenever Josuke 8 shows up in this part, we'll be feasting.
Cool, Josuke.
Dude,
Yeah, you mean actual
We-
Josuke? You Josuke,
we already-
Josuke 4.
I'm
Dude,
calling
what if
him
Weka
Josuke
Pipo
8.
hit Josuke with his left side taxi, and then Josuke was like, "Gadzooks, I only have 2 balls." I think that would suck.
Hey, I'm normal for
Oh
a second.
no, I only have a left, or I only have a front and a back nut now. Oh my god.
I only have
Sucks.
two left nuts. Anyway,
Yeah.
is there anything else? Because I mean,
What do you guys
I'm
think of the
just
lava
looking
rocks?
through. I think they're cool. I feel like they're gonna be like a big MacGuffin in this part. I feel like the one that is there is gonna be a big MacGuffin.
I have no clue what Araki's
Yeah,
going
I
to do
mean-
with it.
Yeah, it's really interesting to see how it's going to make JoJo rich. I mean, obviously, it is the source of how he gets fucking
mechanism.
loaded.
It's the
Filthy
mechanism.
rich in the subtropical
Yeah.
islands.
I cannot wait
as,
until they
as JoJo
say
puts it.
Milagro Man haunts it.
No, it would never do that. Because that wouldn't make any sense. That wouldn't make any sense. It's not,
It would make, it wouldn't make sense. It'd make money.
No, it wouldn't.
Make
it
cash.
Wouldn't, no, it's a dumb thought, Kyle. It's a dumb thought. 'Cause
I
that's
think
not
it's
how
a
it
funny
works.
thought because we've spent God knows how many minutes on tangents.
No, okay, well that's the whole point. That's why we do this, is so we can go on long tangents.
What were we talking about?
We were talking about what the lava rock is gonna do.
It's a mechanism.
I think it's
gonna
going to
help
make him rich. I think it's going to make him filthy rich in the subtropical islands.
Yeah. But like, how? How though?
Because he's actually a decades-old rock human with a lot of money, and he's gonna wake up and go, "Oh, you took care of me, thank you. Where's my son, by the way?" And Jody is gonna be like, And he's gonna give him the money anyways.
Yeah. We I see. I want to know whether or not the entirety of this part is going to take place in Hawaii.
I don't know. It could be interesting because I feel like the structure of this part might, right, revolve around Jody and the gang trying to figure out what about the lava rock, and then they are being pursued by other people for the lava rock.
You know what it could be like? It could be like how in part 5 they stayed in Italy, but they went to like different various locations. I feel like it could be contained within Hawaii, and it's them like island hopping around doing stuff. I would like that a lot. It'd be really cool for
Yeah,
that.
but Hawaii, the islands of Hawaii is significantly smaller than the country of Italy.
I mean, like just even islands around
what
there.
I hope happens, right, is that they have to flee Hawaii, and so they
go to Italy.
Not that they go to Italy. They flee to the mainland, right? And they take a plane to like San Diego, and then they just start heading east, right? And then like
no
along their
freaking way, no freaking way. Dude, that would be epic, I think. Dude, what if they rented horses and then went along their way?
Yeah, like on horseback, because it's significantly easier to follow somebody in a car, but like you'd never expect somebody to be on horses.
Exactly. And then at the end, Jody would go, Hontoni, arigato, dragona. That's what he'd say. He'd say it just like that.
Why would he say it just like that?
Because he would, dude. Because he's voiced by Eren Yeager.
Is that the guy from Attack on Titan?
It is the protagonist.
Sasageo.
Would you like to know a fun fact, Trevor?
I would love to know a fun fact.
Johnny Joestar's voice actor in like the games, like everything that's been released of Johnny Joestar so far, is the same voice actor as Eren Yeager.
I would like them to continue that into the SBR anime.
I don't think they will, because they haven't brought back any voice actors from Part 5 or Part 6 in either of the animes. Which, I mean, I think the voice actors in the animes have done a phenomenal job. But it's going to suck, because Yuki Kaiji does a good job as Johnny, and whoever Valentine is does an even better job as Valentine. Like, I can't picture anyone else as Valentine.
Are you talking about the Japanese voice actors?
Yes, I am.
Why does it matter?
Because it does matter, Trevor. Because Japanese is their canon voice. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Listen to me. 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 Listen to me.
It takes place in America.
Listen to me. Listen to me.
What? I am listening. I am listening.
Watashi wa the rat des.
What now?
I understand.
He gets it.
I don't.
He gets it. He gets it. For the record, Trevor, I just said I am the rat, but I used a feminine pronoun.
Oh. Why?
Because I did, dude. I could have gone, Ore wa the rat des. And then that's masculine.
Okay.
That's so true. All right, so any final words? I think we're sufficiently off track enough.
Yeah.
We've got
this is a good chapter. I kind of hope that we get into the more like the first actual minor antagonistic fight, because that's one of the big things I like about the JoJo formula. I always like seeing the minor antagonistic fights, and I want to see more of November Rain. I want to see more of what it can do. I want to see more. I want to have more like feats from it. I want to see more.
Hey yo.
I want to see more of what it can do. I want to see more examples of its powers, because I think it'd be really fun just to get more of that. Also, I want to see more smooth operators. I like the stand.
Okay, simp. Trevor, final words.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what the cats are doing. You know, the very last panel, right? It's you get to see the cat. There's 3 of them now, and Araki drew them with their buttholes facing us, and I find that pretty funny. So yeah,
That's true. That's true.
I want to see where that goes. It's the cat chase.
Dude, it's just like thank goodness we've never had a cat in a JoJo's part before.
Yeah, except for part 4.
Yeah, in part 8.
No, not in part 8.
Killer Queen, idiot. He's a cat.
No,
Kira's
it's not a
literally
cat.
canonically a furry.
No, Kira would never be a furry.
He is. He is a furry.
He's not. No, he's
Dude,
not.
his
He does not
persona
even have
is
a
literally a
fursuit
cat.
suit.
His persona is literally
it's
a cat.
not a persona. It's not a persona. That's
It
that's
is.
literally him. It's literally him. It's not a persona.
Yeah, and he is literally a cat. I mean, what do you want me to say? He's not a furry?
Yeah. It's not a furry. It's okay. It's only a furry if you have both a fursona and a normal like personhood, right? Yoshikage Kira only has the fursona, so he's not a furry.
And only has what? A persona
Only
and what?
You have to have like your normal persona, right? Like Cade, right? Cade's a furry because he is derp, and he himself is a person. So he is a furry. Yoshikage Kira, on the other hand, he has Killer Queen, which is the persona, and he himself is not a person.
Brandon, just give the outro.
Oh my gosh. If you're this far in the video, obviously there's something like, so make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment telling Trevor that he's a stupid idiot and I hate him.
I'm not a stupid. I'm
hope you all
gonna
enjoyed this one. We'll see you all
comment
next
on this
time.
video
See you on the
and
next
say
one.
that Trevor is a
Bye-bye.
really smart and very
Bye.
nice man.